long before my former Mormon Christian friend Carrie had an eye-opening experience at an Easter service in Garmisch, Germany. She had a friend back home in the Americas in the state of Virginia that often tried to engage in spiritual conversations with her. But as Carrie talked about this, she said that even though those conversations were memorable, the thing that she remembers about them is that her Christian friend didn't know enough about Mormonism to be able to differentiate between Mormonism and Christianity. And therefore, they pretty much believed that they believed the same thing. Today, Carrie encourages Christian witnesses like you to pick up a copy of Truth and Love Ministries' Dictionary of Mormonese. Carrie understands that inside of this we have dozens of entries that will help you better understand the way in which Mormons use common terms like sin, grace, faith, works, resurrection, and the atonement. The atonement was a really big one for Carrie when it came to understanding the differences between Mormonism and Christianity. So I'm gonna read that entry for you to let you kind of get a sense of what's in this. The atonement, definition number 1 in Mormonism. It's used almost exclusively as a reference to Jesus' victory over physical death for all people. By conquering physical death, Jesus made it possible for them to enter again into the presence of Heavenly Father, if for no other reason than to be judged by Him. At times, it includes the thoughts of Jesus' payment for their sins, but underlying all such references is the thought that they must pay Him back. This is in direct contradiction to Christianity, which teaches that Jesus atoned for all sin and doesn't demand we pay Him back. Therefore, salvation is free and full in Jesus. No more payments can be made. Now, I've known of a number of Christians that have used this tool to really create conversations where they simply sit down with their Mormon friends, family, or missionaries and ask for those individuals to define terms. And then in turn, they will define those terms from a Christian perspective. And it often leads to very good conversation and dialogue, where now the differences are on the table and you can start getting past that we all believe the same thing. Another reason why I think this resource is so valuable isn't that you're going to sit there and always define terms, but it's helpful as you're preparing for a conversation, or even as you're in the midst of a congregation, to really cognitively think about what am I communicating if I use the word atonement without in one way or another explaining that the atonement isn't something that Jesus did so that now we pay Him back, but the atonement in Jesus' perfect life, His death, and His resurrection means that it's paid in full and there's nothing more that I can do to make myself right with God. Again, friends, you can pick up a copy of the Dictionary of Mormonese at the tilm.org website in the bookstore. Pick up a copy today so that you can start having those really engaging conversations with your Mormon friends where you're not talking past each other. Have a blessed day.